Okay, hey, welcome everybody to the online class CSCI 172 Introduction to Computer Modeling. I'm Tom Gallagher, and I'm going to use this screencast to just kind of introduce you to the class here, okay? And I got about 4 screens on my computer that I'll flip back and forth through and try and get you oriented and started in the class here. So first, if you're like me, you're probably new to the Moodle. If you've been a UM student for some time here, you've probably used Blackboard instead of Moodle. We're into Moodle. I've spent a lot of time with this, and I'm actually rebuilding this class as time goes on here. So I had to stop that for just a brief second here. Somebody started the lawnmower out there in front of my office here. So let me jump into this now. So we're into Moodle instead of Blackboard. If you haven't used Moodle, there is some differences, but I think you'll find that it's very similar. I'll give you the student view. This is my instructor view, and I got some other courses I'm involved with right here. But what you'll find in student view here is you'll find your introduction to computer modeling in here. And I'll just kind of go through the shell as I've configured it and how we'll use it for this semester. So just kind of some different components here. I recognize you probably can't view all this on the screen here, but in this particular center area here, I'm just going to try and roll content on a weekly basis and kind of post announcements. And I expect you to read this. I expect to see new content. Every Monday morning I'll try and post new content and kind of keep you up to date and give you some evaluation and things like that. The other thing with Moodle, I've used learning units and that kind of thing with Blackboard. Moodle has these different topics here, and these topics, the way I have them set up, you can toggle them on and off. Okay, so if I toggle that on, okay, it drops a bunch of content in here, and what I've built here for you is just some course information and instructor contact. So here's my information. Email is the best way to get a hold of me during the summer. I also have a phone number here, so don't hesitate to call. The syllabus, which I'm going to go over here in just a minute, is available right here. And then there's really the textbook. I'm going to go into great detail here about your textbook, but go ahead and pick up your textbook. I mean, this is anytime you have an online class, we rely pretty heavily on this. And in this particular class, there's a simulation package that comes with it that allows you to do simulated exercises in Microsoft Excel and Access. And we're going to really do a lot with that software throughout the semester here. That software is called My IT Lab. I'll also give you a little preview for that. I did leave a link to the bookstore here. You're welcome to get your books electronically, and really I'll be a little lenient this first week with assignment dates and all that, but come a week from Monday, I'm going to be pretty strict about that. So don't wait to get your book. Get it right away. If you got to swing by and pick it up, you can certainly do that. But here's the online link. The other thing I'll close this up now, and the other thing I was going to show you here is just kind of what you'd expect out of a typical lesson for this class. All right, and I'm going to go down. I have 2 lessons posted. Mondays I'll roll some more lessons out there, and there'll be some details with what I expect you to complete. All right, so I'm going to go into Lesson 1.2 here, and these are set up as books. Okay, I think so, the term that they use in Moodle here. So you'll find in every lesson there'll be an introduction, there'll be some learning outcomes, there'll be these audio PowerPoint presentations that the author of your textbook puts together. I'd really encourage you to watch them. They won't take you long. They might be 5 or 10 minutes. There'll be a reading assignment here, and then there'll be some sort of skill building exercise or assignment. Okay, so in this lesson we'll go into My IT Lab, and there's 3 exercises for you to do, and I think they'll be real helpful to you as you try to learn this material. Okay, so the next thing as you move through this, and I can use my arrow keys here, or else I can go down through the table of contents. I'll go to the next part here. Here's some lesson notes. I'll try and include a couple little notes here of maybe some important details out of lesson. And then the last component here, I think one of the really important components of any online class is multimedia and actually being able to talk to you, even if it's a one-way medium at this point, and show you things. So I create a lot of little tutorials and I throw them up on YouTube, but I embed them in the Moodle shell here. So you can actually go in and watch me do some of these exercises, or if you get to a difficult topic, see how it's done before you actually have to take it on your own. Okay, so so I just tell you, to be successful in this class, do more than just your assignment. And your assignment's going to be, you have some sort of skill building assignment down here at the bottom, but make sure you do your reading. You have a really great textbook. I'm really happy with it. I've used it now for several years in various editions, and it's really detailed, and you need to read it. You need to watch these videos, and then when you get to a more extensive project, which you'll be asked to do at some point here, you'll know how to do it. Folks that struggle in this class that don't do that, they get to the project, and then they're like, gosh, I don't know how to do any of this. Why, what should I do? And really, if they'd done their job along the line here, they'd have a little greater success with it. Okay? So I'll bounce back out here. The other thing that I have posted here for you is that there is a, I believe it's under, I'm in the wrong place here, under this introduction, this first lesson, a place where I'd like you to introduce yourself to your classmates and to me for that matter. And if you could do that, one of the things that I'll ask is there is a place here to update your profile. It's always nice to kind of be able to recognize somebody. If I always think a lot of times when I teach online classes, I wouldn't recognize some of my students if I saw them in a grocery store or something. So if you could put your picture there, that'd be really great. And then just introduce yourself in that particular form that's been created there too. Other things with Moodle here, your grades will be posted over on, I have it over here on the, I guess this administration part has little grades. Over here, course menu, you'll find that there's, again, that kind of opens and closes. So there's a calendar, some grade books, my outline here that I'm putting together, and you'll find more units come online as we go through the semester. Here's all the choice of the different books that are available right now that go along with this course. Okay, so as you get to play with this, I think you'll find Moodle is really a great and useful tool. All right, let me go to my next topic here, and that's the syllabus. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is under this course information here, download the syllabus and keep a copy of it around somewhere. Really clearly, I think it clearly explains everything you need to know about the course. It's a description here, and I'll just briefly read through some of this. This course deals with problem solving and data modeling using computer productivity software, and really it's data modeling, and we'll start with tables, and we'll work in Microsoft Word with some tables because there is some analysis tools. There's some simple aggregate functions such as sum that are found in a Word table. But then we'll go on to spreadsheets and databases and work on lots of data analysis projects. Okay, and so you can read through the course overview, learning outcomes. Here's the required textbook with ISBN. I will warn everybody that I think we cut a pretty good deal with Pearson through the bookstore. I don't think you'll find a better deal on the textbook if you go out in the open market. But this particular textbook does come bundled with my IT lab. Okay, and I'll make this a little bigger here so you can see it. So you got to have this. You don't have the software simulation, you're not going to be able to be successful in this class. The other thing, and we're working on this, but right now, this is very, as far as the platform here for this class, it's very proprietary. It's got to be a Microsoft operating system with Internet Explorer, and we're using Microsoft Excel and Access. Okay, so my IT lab as of this date, and I'm on the publishers about getting this fixed, it will only run in Internet Explorer. Okay, and then the other thing that the only spreadsheet you can use is Excel, and the database is Access. I would encourage everybody to have a copy of the Office 2010. If you need, I know that's pricey if you go out and buy that in the retail market. The bookstore has a great deal. I think it's around $60 if you want to get it through the bookstore. Feel free to do so. Okay, let me move over here and I'll move up a little bit. One of the things that everybody wants to know about is how will I be graded? And so here's the assignment weighting areas or assessment weighting areas and how I grade folks in this class. We'll really expect, I say a daily assignment here, but a regular assignment. You'll have a couple of those every week. So that amounts to, you're going to probably do 20 of those or more through the semester. That's 40% of your grade. We also have these projects, and we'll use some simulation software, and I'll also just give you a spreadsheet and give you a project to go do, or give you a database, give you a project to go do. That amounts for 40% of your grade. And then we'll also have a comprehensive final exam that'll be more concept oriented, and that will be at the tail end of the semester here. Okay, you read through on some other information here for online students. You need a good internet connection if I'm going to throw a video out there for you. Please get your assignments in on time. And of course, if you want to come visit with me, phone's the best right now, but you're welcome to stop by my office in the summer. The only hours I have will be by appointment. So, if you want to do that, we'll certainly get together, and I'm always willing to help you get what you need to learn in these classes, okay? I will comment on this, though, about academic conduct. It's really easy in the digital age. I recognize this, too. Gosh, I'm having a hard time with this. I'll just borrow somebody else's spreadsheet, make a couple little changes to it, and then hand that in. Please don't go down that road. That's a really slippery slope. Here's what collaborate with folks, but I'll read these couple lines. I think I grabbed this from the folks in the computer science department about collaborating on concepts, and that's great. Using resources found on the internet, that's great. Copy and paste is not acceptable, and here's the expectation: each student will input his or her own assignment in a computer, and then really, if there's questions, you need to be able to explain yourself too. Okay. Make sure if you're in a semester, sometime you need to follow the policies, and then if you do have a diagnosed disability and you need to visit with me about that, please feel free to do so, and I will make whatever reasonable accommodations are needed. All right, last page of the syllabus. Here's the proposed topic outline. I always give this, disclaimer, subject to change, but you can take a look at what's type of things that we'll do throughout the semester. You'll most likely have 5 projects, one at the tail end of each unit, and then with each one of these lessons, expect to have some sort of skill building exercise to help reinforce those. Okay. All right, so we went through the Moodle shell. There's the syllabus, and the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some information on my IT lab. Okay, so let me cut back to my video here. So what you'll find is you'll get a textbook. Okay, it'll have some cellophane wrapping around it, and then if you look in the back, you'll find there's a cardboard like carrier there, and it says my IT lab. I don't have that, but I'll just explain it to you. If you break it open, there's a special code there that allows you to get into my IT lab. It's your subscription. I think it's good. I want to say for at least 6 months. Might be good for a year. I'm not sure how long they keep that active for. We're only using it for 10 weeks, so it shouldn't be that big a deal. But let me pull up the right screen here, and what we'll do is we'll get into my IT lab, and I will give you a brief kind of demo of what you can find in there. So if I log on as myself, I'm already logged on here. I will find my course. Your screen will be a little different because you are a student. I have a bunch of these, so bear with me, and I'll go into student view here. So when you first jump into my IT lab, you will find, and I'll show you components we do use and don't use. We could really use this for our whole learning management system, but I have some issues with Pearson yet and not being integrated in with the rest of our one-stop system. We're working on that too. So you'll go over to course content here. And I don't have a whole lot posted yet, but I will show you what I do have. There's some there's an installation wizard that you can use here. There's information on the support through Pearson with this. But let me show you this. I think this is really kind of slick. There's an e-textbook that comes along with that. And so this is your whole textbook, and you can pull it up, and this is kind of a neat feature. All right, so you can explore that if you want, and I will go in a little more detail with that in a later lesson here, but I'll just show you that that's there. That's one thing that is up and may be useful for you. And then what I have done here is you'll see these other units come online here. I start to put some exercise out, out here for you. Okay, so when I click on one of these exercises, it actually brings up a whole simulated environment of whatever software we're using. So in this case, it'd be Microsoft Word. Asks you to do some exercises, and then it records your activity on it, and they show up over here in the grades section of it. Okay, so you'll find that as you know, all that stuff will be in there. Looks like I didn't do so good on the final exam, huh? I'll have to pull that out and make some corrections here. Okay. So that's there, and that's really, I recognize, a really brief introduction here. Last thing I'll do is let me go back into, you need more information on my IT lab, okay? So I have this little introduction here, one of our lessons, your very first lesson, that I would encourage you to get in and work on right away and go through this lesson, and this will explain it. So first you're going to find this introduction, which I'm producing right now. You'll find some information on computer platform and software requirements, but let me go down to the last component here, which is the My IT Lab installation. And so this link here, and one thing I don't like about Moodle is these links are kind of in a lighter red color, but on my laptop at home, they look very similar in color, and I can't differentiate those. I wish they were underlined. So be aware of those. Like here's My IT Lab. And this is, I'll open this up in a new tab here, but there are these slick little videos that Pearson's put together that walk you through My IT Lab. And so if you could look at those, all right, and here's the link again, and then get yourself registered, and I'll show you how to create an account. And
registering for My IT Lab.
Okay, so here's the friendly voice.
Your instructor has chosen to use My IT Lab.
And I'll stop it right there. Okay, but you get the idea. Now, one of the things that it will ask you for your code that comes out of your textbook right here. Okay, so get the code out of that, create an account. Really, please use your university email address. I think that'd be really helpful. And then once you get set up in here, I'll ask you what the ID is for our course, and I'll just indicate that. Here it is. I put it right here in the shell. And so you'll ask you to enter whatever course, and this is our course. So you need this number here. Okay, so guess I'll stop right there. I hope you have a good semester. I always think keep the communication lines open. If you, I don't like using email. I have to. I think we all do. But sometimes folks get misunderstood in emails, and I tend to be pretty sparse with mine and my responses. So if you got any questions, please don't hesitate to, if you want to call or to ask for further explanations. I certainly am more than willing to do that. And really, I think this is a fun class, and there's some real utility to it. In other words, you can use it in the real world here. So hope you have a good semester, and we'll keep talking. Okay, thanks.